Welcome back to another Terra Plays Terra video. Alright, so in today's video we are finally starting Tera Reborn. So welcome to the server if you're new. I know this game has been out for quite some time now, and I am a little late on making these videos, so I do apologize. But yeah, my plan from here is to try and release overall guides of the server, dungeon guides, and just help anyone who's maybe a bit new to Terra try out this amazing, wonderful fan server. Maybe you're not new to Terra, but maybe you're new to PC, or just in general, you want to play a new fan server. Tera Reborn has some really amazing stuff. So if you've been around for a while, I do apologize. A lot of this stuff you might already be familiar with, but I do like to try and tailor guides to everyone. So let's get into it. The first thing after you make your character is you're gonna spawn at this hub world, which for those that may not know, this is Island of Dawn, hence the name Tera Reborn. Island of Dawn has been fully reborn, and Island of Dawn is our hub world where you can do everything that you might want to do in the game. So we come over here, we go into our inventory, and you'll see you have two options. You can either start at level 20 and quest through the game as you would like, or you can pop the level 70 box. So now if I pop this level 70 box open, which is what I'm gonna do, it's gonna give me all of the level 70 stuff, being that I will have a level 70 scroll that I can now pop. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. Oh, nope, my game crashed. I do apologize about that. But yeah, you pop the level 70 scroll to be level 70. Oh. Yeah, my game is not liking that. Technical difficulties. Alright, and we are back, and as you can see, again, I don't know why my game just crashed like that. But yeah, I'm now level 70. If you have that issue, just restart the game and you should be good to go. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go through and just activate all of these items. So you can get rid of the level 20 equipment box since we did not choose to level through the game that way. We have a Crescentia teleport scroll. I'm just going to get rid of it. Then we are given some pots, as well as the Velica Banquet Survivor. We're going to want to use that to get our extra 10 glyph points. We are going to want to go through and use all of these to get our skill advancements. Bellichrome credits, we can use that to get those. A ticket box. A box you can receive one of the following. This is a nice little gift that you get just to start off players with some free tickets, which I'll go over in a little bit. And of course we now have all of our weapon, armor, accessory boxes, and then the level 70 equipment box, as well as we're giving a bunch of Bellichrome credits that we can just use. Alright, so now that those are out of the inventory, we also have EP. So I'm going to open up our ticket box. Let's see what we get. Given 100 tickets. Alright, now we open our weapon box and just kind of go through and open up all of that good stuff. And this is the gear for the game. It is called Varrock. In a little bit, I'll go over all the different gear sets that you can achieve. Attacking enrage. Do I want damage or do I want? Yeah, I'm gonna go with enrage damage for now. Actually, no, I'm gonna go cooldown. I'm gonna go console build slightly. I might change it. I want enraged. I want behind. Oh, right. And I want cooldown. Alright. Again, for that, you're just going to select whatever rolls you want on your weapon and then attach your weapon. And then you'll be given your, starting weapon that you could just delete. Go through. We put this on, then we put our gloves on. Alright, and that is all of that stuff. Again, I like to keep my inventory pretty neat, so I'm just going to get rid of all of these things. Move all this up real quick. We're going to open up our accessory box, which this gives us all of our base materials. So we're gonna put on the innerwear, our mask, our belts, our brooch. And like I said, basically, this is just their standard Terra at this point, where you put on whatever effects you like for your class, however you like to play. Eventually, there might be guides, because Tera Reborn has made quite a few changes and is looking in the future to make more changes on what equipment and stuff. Crit factor, I do not want any of the crit factor rings. So again, I'm just gonna toss these. Anything that's crit factor, I'm gonna toss, because when I play warrior, I like to run full power. And I believe most Terra PC warriors run full power. Put our relics in. Now we're gonna put our rings in. Alright, now that that's all done, we are officially item level that we can start running dungeons. and I'm gonna go over the next steps here. Alright, so the next thing is we have 2 of these that we want to open up. We're gonna open them up, and this gives us just some basic potions and braveries and knocks to kind of get us on our travels when we're in dungeons. So with that, we'll take a look at the gear. Oh no, wrong button. So the next biggest thing that players are going to want to achieve is their etchings and all of your crystals. The way you get this stuff is by running content. I do apologize, it has been a hot minute since I've played PC and know the hotkeys. Quick match. Vanguard request. Alright, that's what we want. So, now that we're at this item level, these are all the dungeons that we have. Channelworks, Shattered Fleet, Arcanine, Baptismal Rise, and Barracks Fortress, also known as Akalas Quarantine. As you can see, these dungeons are going to drop all the materials you need to increase your gear, as well as they're going to drop you your Reborn tokens. Your Reborn tokens are going to have a shop that are going to let you acquire your etchings. And as for your crystals, you're going to use your Vanguard credits that you receive from these dungeons at any crystal merchant. And if I can even find a crystal merchant in here. Any crystal merchant, and that is where you're going to get your crystals, of course. So yeah, that is the beginnings of Tera Reborn. You would have to run your dungeons, and if you don't want to use, the Vanguard teleport, the instance match, you don't have to teleport to the exact dungeons. Speaking of crystal merch, right here is all your crystals. You're gonna need roughly a 150 for any of the weapon crystals, 150 for armor, and oh, they made it 150 for the accessory as well. And then of course you can buy the Niviate structure, which is very nice. Make sure, yep, all crystals that you would need are 150. So another thing I want to show before we end the video is the Vanguard initiative. I forgot to show this, but in case you ever do need another box of level 70 stuff, you can get it right here, as well as the specialty tab. This is where you can farm out more ticket to just use in the shop, also to get more Reborn tokens if you need them, and of course crafting stuff. And just to go over the shop real quick, this is the ticket shop for anyone who is new as well. You can buy any of these kind of things: combat stuff, emotes, cosmetics, as well as there is a wardrobe shop, the dressing room, where you can come and buy all the costumes in the game that you would want. So once you run one dungeon, you get just about enough Vanguard points to, actually you get enough Vanguard points to afford a singular crystal. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your EP system and obviously add your EP points. Again, I will do this later because, to me that is more of like a warrior guide. But don't forget, you have max EP points, you have to allocate them. The same thing with your skills. You have max glyph points, you are going to have to allocate them. As far as these go, we have the materials needed to advance it. Click it, hit advance, and it just becomes max. Unlike a lot of other fan servers where you would have to click click several times, Tera Reborn has went with the quick choice of just allowing you to max everything right off the bat. And even with these, we're given enough to just max all 3 of these out and unlock them. Alright, so, I want that there. I'm pretty sure I want this here. I'll have to read those again a little bit more clear. Once you have your glyph points set, your EP system set, and your advanced skills completed, you're going to want to start running dungeons. This is officially the point where you are ready to go into your first dungeon. And with that, we're going to come over here, and you can even talk to Envoy or Avel. You can get some requests. It would be a good thing to start that, because as you complete these dungeons that are requested, it's going to help you complete your gear set even more so. And you can see there's the request board where you can claim these as you get the tokens. You can even do daily requests and exchange points for all sorts of goodies. So yeah, you might as well talk to that person as you come up, and it just gives you additional rewards to do. Now, let's go over all the dungeons. When you're first starting out, as we said, these are going to be your easy dungeons. Once you get up to the new tier of gear, you're going to want to start running Ravenous Gorge, Demon's Wheel, AA, Thaw Metal Refinery, Timescape, Azer's End, and Wonderholm. That is the raid. That's one of the raids currently available in Terra Reborn is Wonderholm. We come over to the hard dungeons. We have Forbidden Arena, Undying Warlord, Red Refuge Hard, Thaw Metal Refinery Hard, Bahara's Sanctum, Sea of Honor, and Rift's Edge is our second raid dungeon. Finally, we have the extreme dungeons. These are the hardest of the hardest dungeons. We come into here, we have the Observatory, which is a custom dungeon, Baptismal Rise hard, Azer's End hard, and Phantom's Hideout. Phantom's Hideout is going to be the Dreadspire for this game. It is a 5-floor tower, and the bosses have been kind of tweaked, and the system is completely different. Basically, at this point, if you haven't ran Phantom's Hideout, I don't want to spoil too much, but what I will spoil at this point is there are 5 floors, and I believe the third floor and the 5th floor are consistent bosses. Floors 1, 2, and 4. 4, 5 might also be. If I got that wrong, I do apologize. I believe the 5th one's meant to be consistent, but it could be randomized. Those other floors have the option to give you one of 2 bosses, which kind of creates a fun, unique experience that you can go into Phantom's Hideout and you can run floor 1 one time and get one boss, and then run floor 1 another time and get a completely different boss. Now, of course, as you run it enough, again, there is only 2 bosses for each of those floors that can be selected. As you learn all those bosses, it'll become more comfortable, but as you're learning the dungeon, it's actually a fun and refresher that each run will be slightly different, just in the fact that one run you can have one set, and then the second run, all the floors, but, the first floor might be different. And then, of course, Azer's End is the Valkyrie dungeon. That is also a brand new custom dungeon that has never been added into Terra before. That is the Valkyrie that you saw on the, if you guys caught my Twitch stream when we leaked information, if you've caught the any of like the teasers and the trailers, the Valkyrie that people saw in those videos, that is her dungeon. With that, I will do guides for all these dungeons as I can. That is my plan. It might take a bit of time. The last thing I want to show before we go is just the overall gear you can see and get in this game. So the first set of gear that you will acquire on Tera Arborea Reborn is the Varic gear, and you will get this gear once you are level 70. So basically, if you click that level 70 scroll and you open up the box, you're going to achieve this gear, and we kind of already saw that gear earlier in the video. Once you enchant and upgrade this gear, the next set of gear is going to be the Arborea gear, which is all blue, and this is what will allow you to run the second tier of dungeons. Once you enchant and upgrade this gear, you can finally get to the Immortals gear, which this will now allow you to run the third tier of dungeons. And then lastly, we have the Hera's gear, and this is what's going to allow you to run the final set of dungeons. All of this gear is kind of based off of the HO Stormcry-esque patch, where, you know, you get the rolls on your weapon, you're building crit and power. It is not based on the Kaya's gear, it's not based on all that other PC, you know, with the penetration and that kind of gear. Is going back to basically the, not Deathrack patch of Terra, but, you know, the HO patch. And this is kind of the same similar setup that console has. So all my console friends, this is gonna look, again, very familiar to you. And that is about it for Terra Reborn. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and put them down in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them as quickly as I can. I hope you enjoy the server. Definitely check out the Discord. If you want to download this game, I will have the link to the Discord as well as the website, every place you can go to get the launcher and play. So within that, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, go ahead and hit the like button, and that's about it. Alright, see you.